Welcome to Manchester United Daily Updates. Man United transfer news. Ruben Amorim drops hint as agreement struck £4.70 rated star. Express Sport provides all the latest top Man United transfer news as the January window rumbles on. Manchester United have been quiet in the first half of the January transfer window, not sanctioning a single arrival or departure among Ruben Amorim's senior squad. However, the final 2 weeks before the winter deadline promised to spark into action amid multiple uncertain futures and plenty of areas to address. Marcus Rashford and Alejandro Garnacho headline the current transfer rumor mill swirling around Old Trafford. Express Sport provides all the latest news on the pair of high-profile attackers, as well as an update on a potential exciting recruit to replace one or both. Napoli agree Alejandro Garnacho contract. According to Calciomercato, Napoli have reached an agreement in principle with Garnacho over a January switch. It's claimed that the 20-year-old winger has given the green light to a 5-year contract in Italy worth £2.5 million per year after tax, which is slightly less than what he earns at United. Antonio Conte has identified Garnacho as his dream replacement for Kvaratskhelia, who is joining Paris Saint-Germain in a £59 million deal imminently. However, the Red Devils are said to value the academy graduate at no less than £70 million, a fee Napoli president Aurelio De Laurentiis is reluctant to reach this month. Ruben Amorim expects Alejandro Garnacho's stay. Amorim has suggested that he expects Garnacho to remain at Old Trafford beyond the January transfer window by claiming he has a big future in his plans. That is clear, that Garnacho has a big future. He has talent. He needs to learn to play in a different position. He needs to play better inside, the United boss explained ahead of Thursday's clash against Southampton. He improves a lot in the recovering position when he doesn't have the ball. But doing that, sometimes he's not in the right place to make transitions like he was in the past. I prefer to defend and then build up with the entire team to reach the final third. He's finding the best way to play in this system. He's improving during training. He started the last game. Let's see tomorrow. I think he changed the way he sees himself. Man United and Bryan Mbeumo race. United are one of 3 Premier League heavyweights in the race to sign Brentford forward Bryan Mbeumo this month, reports claim. According to French outlet RMC Sport, United have joined Arsenal and Tottenham in compiling all the necessary information about the 25-year-old Frenchman. And all 3 clubs are said to be weighing up whether to launch a pursuit of the red-hot goalscorer before the January deadline. Amorim could sanction a stunning swoop if Rashford, Garnacho or both depart in the coming weeks, although any prospect of that is currently on the unlikely side of the fence. Harry Maguire recovers from Erik Ten Hag's biggest clanger to set Man United example. Harry Maguire has emerged as a key defender under Ruben Amorim after Erik Ten Hag tried to force him out of Manchester United, with the defender expected to play a big part under his new boss. Harry Maguire's renaissance will not surprise any Manchester United fans who were left frustrated by many of Erik Ten Hag's decisions. Ten Hag got many things wrong at United, and one of the biggest clangers he dropped was discarding Maguire so brutally in the summer of 2023. Ten Hag tried to drive him out of Old Trafford, thinking news signing Lisandro Martinez and Rafael Varane would be his centre-half pairing, and United agreed a £30 million deal with West Ham. The former United boss even stripped Maguire of the captaincy, handing it to Bruno Fernandes, to underline in bold marker pen that the Sheffield-born defender was not part of his plans. Maguire endured his public humiliation and turned West Ham down, promising United fans on social media, "I will continue to give my all every time I wear the shirt." Compare that to Marcus Rashford's public standoff after Amorim axed him. The England centre-half lived up to his word last season before a calf injury towards the end of the campaign ruled him out of Euro 2024. He suffered a muscle injury in October, and his prayers were answered when he returned to fitness in December because Ruben Amorim had replaced Ten Hag. Amorim was going through a turbulent start of his United reign, and Maguire provided the team with the leadership they so desperately needed. Amorim chucked him in against Manchester City and Erling Haaland at the Etihad, and he won all his ground duels and tackles as well as making 5 interceptions. Maguire has only grown in importance and authority since, and he was exceptional in United's last 2 games at Liverpool and Arsenal. He is ideal for Amorim's 3-at-the-back philosophy, and anchors the defense, with Martinez and Matthijs de Ligt either side of him. Amorim is a convert, and he said, "Maguire is perfect when you play with 3 defenders." Maguire, 31, says Amorim told him it was a no-brainer to extend his contract by a year to keep him at Old Trafford until June 2026, when he would surely have been shown the door this summer if Ten Hag had stayed. Maguire has led from the front, as he has done all his career since making his debut for his hometown club Sheffield United in 2011. It is striking he has stepped up in a season when Fernandes has been sent off 3 times. Maguire's passion did boil over when Kai Havertz dived to win a penalty on Sunday, and he shoved Gabriel out of the way to give the Arsenal star an earful of abuse. Again, that was him setting an example for his teammates to follow. Let's be clear, Maguire is no Virgil van Dijk, and he is not the sort of ball-playing centre-half many Premier League managers admire. He is a throwback defender, and he does exactly what it says on the Man United interested in signing Brentford winger Bryan Mbeumo this winter. Manchester United are interested in signing one of Brentford's best players during the winter transfer window, according to RMC Sport. The Red Devils have had a quiet transfer window and have yet to make a high-profile signing. However, there could be some activity in the coming weeks with the prospect of 1 or 2 attacking players heading for the exit door. Marcus Rashford looks a likely candidate to leave on loan. The same can be said for Antony, who has been out of favor for some time. Alejandro Garnacho's future is likewise uncertain, but the speculation could be agent-driven. RMC Sport now claim that the Red Devils are one of the Premier League clubs interested in landing the signature of Mbeumo from Brentford. United have been monitoring the highly rated right-sided winger. Brentford are anticipating bids during the back end of the transfer window. The Cameroon international has a transfer market value of £42 million. RMC Sport claimed the Bees will demand a higher fee to sanction his sale. Mbeumo would be a statement signing for United. The 25-year-old had a good start to the 2023-24 season with the Bees before picking up an injury. He has managed to stay unscathed this campaign, and has been brilliant with his performances. The former Troyes man has registered 13 goals and 4 assists from 25 appearances in all competitions. Brentford are bracing for his potential exit, but we are unsure whether United can afford his services. The Bees are in a strong position to negotiate with another 4.5 years left on his contract. United are keen to avoid breaching profit and sustainability rules and need player sales for a big outlay. Mbeumo would be a statement signing, but a deal could depend on Garnacho's permanent exit. Brentford are unlikely to let Mbeumo leave for £42 million and could demand upwards of £60 million in our view. Ruben Amorim urged to hijack Arsenal transfer in desperate bid to solve Man United crisis. Gary Pallister believes Red Devils need to address their striker issue urgently and says Newcastle striker Alexander Isak would fit the bill perfectly even at £150 million. Gary Pallister has urged Manchester United to make a play for Alexander Isak and insisted, "The club just needs a goal scorer." Newcastle star Isak has been one of the big hits of the Premier League season so far. He has scored 13 goals already, and has blasted 10 in the last 11 games alone. The Sweden international has become hot property, and there's little wonder top clubs are circling. The Magpies are doubling down on efforts to ensure Isak doesn't depart, with Arsenal strongly linked to making a move for him. Anyone wanting to snap up the 25-year-old would likely have to pay more than the British record £115 million Chelsea paid Brighton to capture Moises Caicedo. That could price plenty of clubs out of the market, including Arsenal, but Pallister reckons his former club United have to sign someone of Isak's ilk to remedy their lack of goals. The former centre-half, who won 4 Premier League titles under Sir Alex Ferguson, told Betano, "Alexander Isak would immediately improve the Manchester United squad. They're still looking for a player to get them goals. He looks the finished article and full of confidence. I'm not sure whether they will fork out £150 million, which is what Newcastle want, but he'd be a great signing for any Premier League side. There's noise out of Old Trafford that they're looking at new strikers. That is no surprise given Rasmus Højlund hasn't scored in any of his last 7 outings and Joshua Zirkzee has managed just 4 all season. Isak netted in Newcastle's 2-0 win at Old Trafford last month to highlight the point. Pallister said, Rasmus Højlund has been at the club for a season and a half. Look, I love his attitude, but it's clear he's learning on the job. The club needs goals right now. Joshua Zirkzee isn't a striker for me, he's more of a number 10. It's a shame the club didn't try and get the Harry Kane deal done when he was on the market. I'd say Isak will be out of the price range for the club, but maybe if something can be done using Marcus Rashford going the other way, I don't know. The club just need a goal scorer. However, Pallister has been impressed by Ahmad's displays since Ruben Amorim took over earlier this season. The ex-England defender, 59, said, he's been outstanding. At the start of the season he was playing like a player who wasn't sure of his place in the side despite playing well at the back end of last season. I don't know what Erik Ten Hag wasn't seeing in him. He's turned into a player who really owns that shirt. He's become an integral part of Amorim's side and the best player on the pitch in the last few weeks. He's been terrific, his work rate is tremendous, and he's aggressive and physical enough despite being quite